Carlisle and Lake District Airport opened its doors for the first commercial flight in over 25 years this morning.
And we had a very nice moment out on the runway this morning at about 6 o'clock, just sort of saying well done and kind of blessing it in a very interfaith and healthy way this morning, I think. So lovely way to start the day. Then we had passengers starting to check in for that first flight going out to Dublin. Lots of buck fizz. I didn't start, it was too early even for me this morning, but lots of buck fizz, lots of bacon butties all round this morning for those first passengers, which was super to welcome them in the building. So lots of happy people, happy faces, happy stories. And then that first flight going off out at 8 o'clock, and we did, as is traditional when there's a new route, your two fire engine either side who do a great water arch over that plane as it taxis out to the runway. So a very, very happy morning. I'm a very happy person today.
Stobbart Group say that the airport will push Cumbria and South West Scotland into a more competitive economic position.
The Cumbrian and South Scotland economies need to be better linked into London, better linked into other capital cities, Belfast and Dublin, the other two at the moment here. So there's that practical economic business and visitor economy connectivity. But there's another piece about airports which we know is equally important, and that's what's called the catalytic effect of airports. What else do they do over and above that form of connectivity for people? Lots of it's about being a beacon of confidence, about giving businesses confidence.
It was a relief for all parties involved in the opening of the airport, a project which has seen many pushbacks and delays over the years.
Hugely special. It's been many years in coming, 26 years since there was last commercial flying here. So yeah, many years in coming, a very special day. We all feel very proud to have been part of the team to pull this together. As I say, the guys that built it, the guys that are operating it, and the broader Stobbart Group, which had this amazing tenacity to hold on to this project, even when the going was going a little bit rough. We held on, our partners held on, and so yeah, what a lovely day today.
Passengers entering the airport were also greeted by a demonstration of climate protesters holding signs and placards.
So there's a group of people here from Extinction Rebellion who are here today to raise awareness about the climate crisis we're in and questioning why at this point in our history we're actually increasing the number of flights available to people rather than looking at other forms of transport for people to get from A to B. We know that we're facing a climate and environmental catastrophe on a global scale, that unless we dramatically reduce our carbon emissions, we're really not going to be leaving a livable planet for our children.
The protesters believe that investment and attention is going into the wrong places.
In a country our size, we could be replacing internal domestic flights with an improved train service. Air travel is way cheaper than it should be, given the environmental damage that it's doing. And we've really seriously got to start looking at, as a society, how we make those changes that are going to reduce our carbon emissions, and building more and more airports and giving more and more flight capacity is not the way forward at this time.
Staff at the airport said that the demonstrators were welcome to exercise their right to protest at the opening.
And we understand that airports can be contentious things and air travel can be contentious, but you know what? People will fly. It's our job as airport operators to make sure that we're as environmentally responsible as we can be. We need to think through those things. As my colleague Jonathan from Logan was saying this morning, the planes we're using are incredibly fuel efficient. They're one of the most fuel efficient operating in Europe. So it's a complicated argument. It's not as simple as don't fly. But as I say, we take our environmental responsibility very seriously, and we'll always be looking at ways to improve our performance.
The airport promises to connect the region to the rest of the country while trying to keep in mind the effects that such an institution can have even further afield. Ciara McFadgen, That's TV.